And we are back. What's going on, everyone? It's been a while. I know.
And we are back.
Oh, you got your volume on, Ray. I can hear the show.
No, I have my phone on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see. We already got some people in the
I just
chat.
muted it. It's all good, bro.
Danny,
All good.
Ferocious, Patriots Goat. What the fuck are you doing in here? Jay
No.
Dizzle. What's going on, guys? 9 people so far. Yeah, it's been a while. We've had I've been busy with some stuff. We've just been, figuring out scheduling and stuff like that. I think it's actually been a whole month since we've done a show together.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're back. We're gonna get back on regular kind of scheduling. We're still trying to figure that out though. So we'll probably have a more concrete thing soon. But let me see. I got one better, Ferocious. What the fuck? We're supposed to bring Eli Manning back in here. What are you guys talking about, man? But yeah, this is just gonna be a chill session. We can talk about whatever you guys want. Even though we haven't done a show in quite a while, it's not like we've missed much. I mean,
Except for Real Muto to the Phillies.
yeah, that's about it. We haven't missed anything other than Real Muto going to the Phillies. I don't really see anyone else out there that the Astros can scoop up that I think will make much of any difference other than Harper, but that's not going to happen. And the Texans, there's not much going on there. The season literally just finished. You're not going to hear about anything until the new, league year, and I think it's March. So, yeah, there's not really much to talk about that we've missed other than that. There are some things around the league in the NFL you could talk about, like Flacco supposedly going over to, who is it? Is it
Denver.
Denver, that's right. And then that opened up, other things going around, like Foles is supposedly interested in coming to the Jaguars. So we might
Of course he is.
So we might see Foles twice a year. Which doesn't really worry me too much, but still, just the Texans released Demaryius Thomas since we've last.
No shocker.
Yeah, that was pretty much a given. So yeah, you can just let us know in the chat what you want to talk about. Pretty much. Let me see. Y'all heard that they're considering bringing back Bruce Ellington. Where'd you hear that from? Because I haven't heard that.
Yeah. I wouldn't, and if that's true, I wouldn't be opposed to that, knowing he's going to be the 4th wide receiver. So
yeah, I wouldn't be mad about it either. It seemed like him and Watson had a good little thing going. I was actually a little surprised when they released him, but I guess once you pick up Demaryius, you just got to make room. So who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, this is pretty much just going to be a chill session. We'll talk about whatever you guys want. Just let us know in the chat what it is you want to talk about, because like I said, we really haven't missed much since our last show. It's been pretty uneventful, unless you want to talk about James Harden just completely going off every week in basketball. But I know James isn't too big of a Rockets guy, so
yeah, go ahead, man. You can talk about it.
Again, not much to talk about other than he's basically the only guy doing anything on the court for the team, and he's been on a 30-plus scoring streak. So, I say you could pretty much wrap up MVP and give it to him, but, we'll see. Also, do you guys think Clowney will suit up because this idiot Gaines has not signed someone? I'm actually going to be doing an article on that on Texans Wire, which will drop tomorrow, about whether or not the Texans should franchise tag or re-sign Clowney. In my personal opinion, I think you just franchise tag him and trade him.
Right.
Get something for him.
You have to, or else you're going to do another Mario Williams, like I've been saying this whole damn time.
Which I think will probably end up happening when it's all said and done. I honestly think we're going to let him walk for nothing.
Yep.
But we'll see. That's just what I think is going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised at all because that's just the Texans' way of doing things. But I would like to see a franchise tag and a trade. I wouldn't be completely opposed to re-signing him if they sign him to a smart deal. I mean, don't give him
Right.
Khalil Mack money. That is ridiculous. He he's like one of the best run stuffers in the game in a passing league. I mean, it's not worth the money in my opinion. He's not that much of an
It's not.
impact on a game as someone like Khalil Mack is, or Aaron
Right.
Donald. So I don't believe they should give him that kind of a contract. Eric Villa, what's up? Glad y'all are back. What's up, Eric? Glad to be back, man.
Good to be back, man. Good to be back.
I proposed a trade yesterday for Clowney, franchised with the Eagles for Bug V, the tackle, Cravion LeBlanc. I like LeBlanc. And a third or fourth round pick. Thoughts, Ray?
No.
No? You wouldn't take that trade?
No.
Why not?
I don't like any of those players
You don't like LeBlanc?
at all.
Wow. Are y'all talking Clowney? We sure are. Big
We
V.
can.
We can talk about whatever y'all want. Y'all just let us know in the comments. Okay, so what would be an ideal trade scenario that's actually realistic for Clowney?
I want someone that has multiple first round or second round picks. I can tell you that. I would want someone that has an offensive lineman that they're willing to separate with, which not many people are, or a corner for that matter. Um, I would just. There's not a lot of people that are going to give away like a complete corner that's going to come in here and just be our lockdown number one, or our tackle that's going to be. I mean, it's unrealistic, man. Like it's the only thing. I don't even want Clowney, a pick, and a player. I just want Clowney at the very minimum. Just give me that. Just give me something rather than nothing at all. That's kind of my thing, man.
You'd see anyone, because the only ideal trade partner I could see would probably be Oakland. Just because I think Gruden wants to get back a pass rusher after getting rid of Khalil Mack. They have several draft picks to play with. I'm not too familiar with their O-line, if there's anyone on that front that we'd be able to swap out.
Maybe Penn, but he's old as shit, and I wouldn't.
Yeah. I don't know. When I think trade for Clowney, I just immediately think Oakland would be a good trading partner just because they have so much resources to unload if they wanted to.
I tell you what. I tell you a trade that I would take if it was Oakland or LA or Vegas or whoever the hell these fuckers are going to be at next year or the year after. I would say actually something that I would like would be I would like in a realistic trade. Realistic trade. I'd take Gabe. I would take no, maybe not. Nah, what's it? What's that guard's name? This is his name, Gabe Brown. Not Gabe Brown. Oh my God, I forget his name. Man. Gabe Jackson.
Ah,
I'd take Gabe Jackson in a second rounder for Clowney, and I wouldn't hesitate. And I'd leave it, and I would just go with that.
that sounds about like a good trade right there.
That I would be okay with.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. Nothing's gonna happen until probably around mid to late March on that front. But
I'm telling you, man, they're gonna fuck around and lose this dude for nothing. I'm telling you right now, it's man.
I mean, I'm not really
I,
expecting much from the season, regardless of how anything goes, just because we still have Bill O'Brien as our head coach, and he hired an offensive coordinator, but it doesn't sound like it's really gonna be all on the offensive coordinator. It sounds like it's just a title to put on someone to shut people up, basically. But I don't know. I'm not expecting much. I really am not expecting much from them next season, just because nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
I don't see anything changing. You probably get a worse season than you did this season because look at the schedule you have.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot tougher than it was this season.
Yeah. I mean, just I don't know, man. I don't know what they're gonna do. Because we don't know Gain, man. We don't know what Gain's gonna do, man. So
Danny asks, "Do we go all in with Bell or Bell get Tavon Coleman or take the risk in Jay Ajayi?" I'm not a Bell fan. I don't want to go the Bell route. And plus, you don't have an O line for any of those guys.
well, thank you. What, dude? What is this affliction in Houston sports arenas talking about Bell or Brown? Who would you want? Why are people talking about this? Neither one of them are coming here. Neither one of them would actually, in all honesty, be an improvement on the team. Bell is like one suspension away from being suspended a whole year. That's number one. Number two, can he run behind no offensive line? I don't know. The only one I know that ever did that was Barry Sanders, so probably the fucking answer is no. Brown is a drama king. You think he's going to come here and get 100 catches? He's bitching about 100 plus catches every year. You think he's going to get that with D-Hop here? Let me put this further. Do you think D-Hop would put up with that shit?
Nope.
And put it even further. You think O'Brien, as much as we hate him, would put up with that shit? You guys are fucking stupid. You know what this is? This is a topic for conversation because of people with wishful thinking they can bring upper echelon talent to this team and it won't have any effect on them other than a good effect. The unrealistic point of view on this shit is retarded. And I'm so sick of hearing about Brown, Bell or Brown. Which one's gonna be the better fit for Houston? The answer is none of them, you jackasses. I don't understand this shit, dude. Like, it's fucking stupid, man. Jay Ajayi, no, that's an injury risk I'm not willing to take. Coleman, on the other hand, I would highly look into. I am not opposed to Tevin coming here.
If I was going to take anyone from the Steelers, like Ferocious points out, it'd be Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, like, and even that's stretching it. This Tomlin, I don't know what he's got going on in his locker room, bro, but at least, I mean, he's proven to be a perennial contender every year in a hard division. So, yeah. Like, I can't knock that on him, but I mean, you got drama queen Ben, you got drama. I mean, like, his whole locker room is filled with brittle bum bitches. Like, I don't understand.
I'm really excited to see how things play out in that division next season, especially just because I really do think this is the year Cleveland is finally going to shake things up. They showed a lot of promise this last season. I can only imagine what they're going to do fully healthy next season with more guys from the draft, free agency. And not only that, the two teams I'm really looking at this next season is Cleveland and Indy. Indianapolis, with all that cap space, especially with how well they played this last season, they're going to be problems for the next several years. They got a great coach, a great quarterback. Their offensive line really kicked it into gear this season. Andrew Luck was able to stand up straight. They just need a few more weapons, I think, for Luck on offense and a little bit more help on defense, which the defense played very well this season, which surprised the hell out of me. And they're gonna be a bitch to deal with. I really do think so.
I'm gonna wait on calling Frank Wright a good coach because we were sitting here laughing at him for a couple of dumbass decisions he's done this year. So, I mean, I'll give him another season. Like I tell you, man, I swear to God, I live by this mantra. I want to see what you can do in 2 years, and then I can make a fair assessment about what you can provide and what you can't. And I think that's applicable to coaches. I think that's applicable to players. I just feel like I got to see what he does next year. Let me see what he does next year, and we'll go from there. And then if they end up doing really well, which is a great possibility they will, then I'll jump on that. That was a good pickup bandwagon.
I'm just thinking about the possibility of Antonio Brown finding his way into Indy. and then giving another weapon like that to Luck, T.Y. Hilton also in that lineup. Maybe they go out for a running back, which I believe his name's Mack, their running back this year. Did
Yeah, Mac.
pretty well for them this season. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Just the possibilities for that team are very. I'd be very optimistic if I was a Colts fan right now.
If anyone can talk like us have a serious talk about bringing either Bell or Brown to their team, it would be Indy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I honestly do not shock me. It wouldn't shock me at all if Indy absolutely pulls the trigger and goes and grabs Brown. They have multiple draft picks in the first 2 rounds. They have the cap to do it, to pay him that money, and they need a number one receiver. Ty is only good against Houston, guys. Let's just be honest. It is what it is. When Ty plays anyone else, he's not worth really a fuck. That's just the reality. But when he plays Houston, he balls out. But he's not a number one receiver. He never has been. But everyone thinks he is. So I mean, you got to look at it like that. That's what I would do.
It's something about him playing an NRG where the man just, for whatever reason, it's like he said, I think he said he owns either the stadium or he owns the Texans, something like that. I remember after one of their games, someone changed the Wikipedia page for him and it said the T.Y. Hilton, the owner of the Houston Texans. Which that was hilarious.
I mean, you can't argue with it. And the sad thing is they know it and they still don't do anything about it. Man, anyway.
See, Danny says Brown is making it public he wants to go to San Fran, though. I mean,
then knock yourself out. Enjoy.
And a lot of these situations, things like that always come out, and half the time it doesn't even end up playing out that way. So, I mean, you can say all you want to say about, I want to play here, I want to play here. Money talks. Whoever's going to throw you the best, renegotiated contract is probably who's going to pull off the trade.
And from what I understand, he doesn't have an option of who he's traded to. He don't own those rights. It's not in his contract. If they trade him to Timbuktu jackasses, guess who he's going to be playing for? I mean, that's the reality of it. I mean, he doesn't control his That's probably why he's so pissed off. Honestly, if you want me to be honest, that and Juju Smith-Schuster getting a lot of shine and him not. I don't understand how you can be one of the best receivers in the last 7 to 8 years, and in the league, and everyone knows it, and you're still bitching about. I don't understand what the problem is. Does anyone sit here and really know what his problem really is, other than he had another receiver share the load with him? I'm serious. Someone tell me, because that's what it seems like. I don't understand. I don't know.
Brown belongs in a Democratic state anyways.
Oh my God, Dad said Go Stros, F the Texans.
Yeah, I saw that.
What's up, Dad?
Let me see. Broderick, I think we'll have a good draft for us this year. I don't know, man. I gotta see. I can't say I think we're gonna have a good one, or I just gotta see. This is where I agree with Ray, where I gotta just wait and see what this guy does in a couple years to really get a feel for how smart he drafts. So we'll see, man. I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you one way or the other. If they were smart, I think they'd go the first few picks O-line, and address the secondary in the latter rounds. So we'll see, man.
I don't know, man. I'm seeing a lot of mock drafts that have us taking Yonde Kajuste and David Edwards, and it makes me cringe, man. I'm like, are you kidding me? Do you guys do any kind of scouting?
Attention to those, to things like mock drafts and stuff like that?
I don't know. My son's trying to get in. He's screaming at the door, man. He's banging at the door now. Anyways, yeah, dude, I actually do. I actually think fans put more stock in mock drafts than they do in, believe it or not, in the actual draft. Let me explain, okay? And I know the draft is reality, but in the mock draft, people can let their wild imaginations run wild and just go free. So they'll look for anyone and anything for a player that's good enough to fall to them at that spot. So it's like the best player available at your pick, but it fits your position of need. So I think they get infatuated with it. As a matter of fact, I think a lot of people, when they do these mock drafts, they use other mock drafts to make their mock draft, which is why, if anyone knows me, I don't do full mock drafts like other people do. I never have. And there's two big reasons. One is I'm a fan of the Texans and fuck everyone else. I mean, that's pretty much number one. And number two, I have no clue how the GMs of other teams feel and how they're either aggressive or they take best player available or they take best player available at the position or they take the best player at their position and according to their big board. Like, I don't have that kind of knowledge, nor do I want it. I don't care about the other teams. I care about the Texans. So with that said, I think a lot of people put a lot of stock in it. I really do. I think they go, okay, so for example, I'll give you an example. So NFL.com comes out top 10 offensive linemen in this year's draft, and they'll go down, they'll maybe read the description, may see one or two plays of the person, and then the next thing you know, oh my God, that guy's great. He'd fall, and if he falls to us, that would be awesome. Yeah, and I think they don't, without actually sitting down and doing the research and watching different film and understanding the measurables and understanding how they actually fit your scheme and will they actually be coachable? Are they versatile like Bill O'Brien likes? Like there's a number of different things you have to look at, but I'm almost positive I can get 9 people out of 10 they'll take a top 10 list and they'll go, yeah, okay, yeah, I like that guy, I don't like that guy for whatever reason, based on whatever someone else said versus what they think or what they know. And that's why I started doing O-line prospect videos and stuff like that, is because I don't trust the scouting of a Bucky Brooks or a Mel Kiper. Like, I know they've been doing it a long time and they get paid a lot of money for it, but if you go back and look at their mock drafts, a lot of them are horribly wrong. Not even close to being right for what they get paid to do. So it baffles me. This is a comical thing for me, that someone could be so bad at their job and still retain it. Like your job is to report on possible draft news and or make a model, a prediction model, or a mock draft. And then when the drill draft comes out and you go, wow, didn't see that one coming. And it's like, I mean, I'm not saying everyone's got to be Miss Cleo or anything. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm simply saying is that I think a lot of people put a lot of stock into that because of those reasons.
Yeah. Let me see here. Your dad actually asks something that I completely forgot about. Thoughts on the Alliance League. I only got to watch the first game. I think it was the inaugural game, and you get zoned, I guess, your market like everyone else does. I got like the San Antonio game, and they were playing, I think, a team from, I want to say it was Atlanta or Georgia or something like that.
The Atlanta Hotshots.
Yeah, I think that was the game right there. I saw
it.
Buddy. It was football to me. It was regular football. It felt like it felt good to just sit down and be able to watch regular football, and it's live. It's not a repeat or something. I enjoyed it. I can't say that I disliked it or anything. I enjoyed it, and I will definitely – I'm going to be looking up the schedule. I'm not going to be pulling for anyone in particular, but when a game's on, you better believe I'm going to watch it because it felt really nice to have football on TV.
I loved it, man. I just – no flags, bro. No flags.
Oh, did you see that quarterback hit? That quarterback hit. No flag. Oh
just
my God.
Just the fact of there not being as many flags, being a shorter watching experience, and not only that, but being able to listen to them doing the replay.
Yeah.
The girl sitting there talking on the headphones. At first she's like, yeah, he's out of bounds. That's not a catch. Oh, wait a minute. He's down by his elbow, so that's a catch. Like, it was really cool to see the interaction of how they came to the call.
Yeah.
That is what should have been done. That's how replay should be done. I actually am a very big fan of it. I hope like hell the XFL takes notes on this shit because they need to borrow a little bit, not everything, but a little bit of what they got going on with the AF, and just go from there, man. It's awesome. I actually think it's really good. I think it was a really smart league. They did the right thing, and they basically are content. And this is where they're going to succeed. And I can tell you this right now. And this is kind of where I can see the XFL not succeeding if they don't follow this mentality. To them, they're minor league football. They're a proving ground. They're a proving ground. That's it. And they embrace it. And that is a very smart business move on all kind of sides. Do not be shocked if this thing stays steady for at least 2, 3, 4 years. Do not be shocked if the NFL actually buys them out and makes them the minor league system.
Yeah.
And minor like MNFL.
Yeah.
I don't know, minor National Football League. I don't know. Just do not be shocked on it. So.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, man.
Not only that, but it's really good to see players that you liked and they didn't quite make it.
Yeah.
But they're still playing football and they're still trying to. I love that, dude. When those guys are playing the game, they are hungry. They look hungry. They look like they want to be out there and playing. They don't look like they're out there to have a good time. They look like they're out there as an objective, as a football game is supposed to be played. So I really enjoy that part of it. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
I'll tell you one thing. The team that decides to get their head out of their ass and sign Taj Boyd is going to win that league title.
Jesus. God, man, are you kidding me?
If any of those teams decide to sign Taj Boyd, especially with his years now of experience in analytics, my God, he will be the Tom Brady of the AF. I promise you.
Your Clemson skin is showing, sir.
I promise you.
Oh God.
But no, I really would like to see maybe some old football players that want to play. Like I know for the XFL they won't really sign anyone with like a history of even like a drunk driving incident, but someone like T.O. who fully believes he can still play and is still in phenomenal shape. And
same thing with Ocho Cinco.
Exact same thing. I would love to see guys like that who really think they can still ball out, go and do it. J. Joe should go to AAF.
J. Joe should go to a retirement home with a wheelchair.
Oh man, Thomas just wrecked his car. What? What Thomas? Right, NFL should look out for Alliance. That's from your dad.
Yep. I honestly think, I'm telling you right now, and this is just because I'm kind of a homer, because I am an A&M fan. I'd love to see Menzel with the San Antonio team.
I think that
I know he's playing in Canada,
yeah,
but I would love to see him in the San Antonio, because that's right where he grew up. He grew up around the San Antonio area, so
he might be able to.
Man, I would love to see that. Just kind of as a homer fan with that.
I know the XFL already shot down picking him up. I know that. Tebow probably is going to stick to baseball now.
Oh, Tebow ain't coming football. He's about to crack the Mets roster.
Even though it seems to me like Vince McMahon and the likes of Oliver Luck probably have a vested interest in bringing in a guy like Tebow, which you can't really blame them because that's a name. I mean, that's something that they're going to want to do. But I just don't see any. I don't see the XFL or the AAF, quite frankly, getting any notable names, to sign. Is it just me, or did a PlayStation sound just go off? What the hell was that? That was so weird.
Well, I don't know the PlayStation, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, yeah. I don't think that either league will sign anyone of note. I don't see the older guys getting any shot or anything like that. They'll probably be asking for too much money either way.
See, I just like seeing guys like Aaron Murray, like that good Georgia quarterback.
Yeah.
I like seeing guys like a Nathan Peterman,
Hmm.
right, would be really good in that league. You know, like people like that. Instead of wasting their time as a backup to the NFL, they could be playing. Obviously for way less money, but still, nonetheless, still playing. But I mean, I'm just saying, people who get nuked, quarterbacks that don't think they'll make it. Like, I think in Terrell Pryor in the AF.
I'm not
Terrell,
sure.
I think he's on like the Orlando Apollos or something like that.
I will say this though: if you're a former player and you have a name, don't ask a startup league for $20 million a year to play. Just say no, thank you. Just say no, thank you, because that's not gonna happen.
Colin Colin Kaepernick, dude, this fucking guy, man. He doesn't even want to play football, guys. It's just about getting his brand out there, his name out there. He's like the ultimate professional victim, dude. He just everything's against him. No one's with him. Just roll over, dude. Just move to Venezuela or something, or where you'll be loved or whatever. Fight the struggle, whatever. Just no one wants to hear it anymore. I mean, the only people that really give it credence are ESPN and left leaning type sites, which pretty much damn near everything for the most part. So I mean, no, I don't want to hear about him. I don't care. I think he's been on league too long to be able to make any kind of impact in the NFL. Is what I'm talking about. The AAF is not going to pay you $20 million to come in there and fuck up their works and what they got going on. Because to me, this is how I look at it, and this is total speculation and total judgment on my end, which I probably shouldn't do, but I'm going to do it anyway. Colin Kaepernick, the only reason he'd go in there would be to play football. It would be to see what I can do in the AAF and you can't do in the NFL. See, look what I did. I started a movement. He's that kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I'm so sick of hearing about this dude, man. And
He
by the way, for those people who think that like he's did something like special for black folks in America, he was he was raised by white people in Connecticut, just for the record. People seem to forget that shit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
So
what
stupid,
difference
man.
what difference are you making? Like
I
what
know Jay Dizzle would disagree.
what
Slap nuts.
what difference are you making? I mean, you knelt during the anthem. Fine, we can have our disagreements over, what is patriotic and what's unpatriotic. This is wrong, this is right. Fine, kneel during the anthem. What is it accomplishing? Because the majority of your viewers, let's just be real, are mostly white people who lean right. That's probably the majority of people who are watching your product. So you're not going to bring any attention to anything that way. You're just going to drive more hate towards your cause, the fake cause that you feel so strongly about. I mean, you want to know the main cause of deaths in the black community is from other blacks. That's just a statistical fact you can go look up yourself. So why not get to the root of the problem and go into those neighborhoods and talk to those young kids who are troubled and say, hey, let's get you off the streets. Why don't you go play football? Why don't you go play basketball, baseball? Go, get involved with your local church or something. Make a difference that way. Kneeling during the national anthem during a time you're supposed to be working, that's your job. I can't go, if I worked at Walmart, I can't protest during my shift. I'll get my ass fired. It should be no different.
Exactly.
It should be no different.
Exactly.
So
It has nothing to do with what he did. It has to do when he did it.
Exactly.
You don't shit in the face of people that write your checks, dude.
Yeah.
They're gonna fire you. That's
And
that's
the only
common
reason that they
sense.
can't
Not even
is because you'll be called a racist if you do.
exactly. That's the other end of it. So it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. So live and let live, John Lennon type shit, and that's just not how that works.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a product and one of your prime product pieces basically says your product is shit, we'll go back to that. So your product is shit, and I mean, obviously you're going to want to either address it or get rid of it. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just kind of business 101. I'm not trying to make a thing out of it. I'm just like, just shut up already, man. I'm so sick of hearing about this dude, man. He's irrelevant to me.
I'm trying to
He's irrelevant to a
understand.
lot of people.
I'm trying to understand what Jay Dizzle's saying. He says it's because we are around each other. People get hurt by those close to them. Saluting the flag isn't working. I don't know what you're trying to say there. It's not about them. It's about us. Who is us and who is them? I don't know what
There you
that
go.
means.
That's a great question.
I don't know what that means. By saying them and us, if you're talking about whites and blacks, I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I'm just saying if that's what you're talking about, that's just causing more division with that mentality. So I don't know what it is you're trying to say there.
And see, and here's the bitch of this. We went from talking to AAF about Colin Kaepernick and this kind of shit. No, no, seriously, no. Think about it. This kind of conversation is exactly why this guy is not good for whatever brand you're going to bring in,
Yeah,
because you're not going to be talking football or how good of a play it was.
yeah.
You're going to be talking about, oh, see, look what happened. See, he fought the system and he won, and that's fine. Whatever, do your thing. But I don't care anymore. No, not many people give a damn about your cause anymore. I'm sorry. I know people want to think that a bunch of people want to follow this guy, but no one wants to follow him. They just want to watch football. You want to know the main reason why the NFL is tanking with the kneeling shit? It has nothing to do with the fact that he is kneeling. It has to do that the political shit that is in this country has morphed its shit into our entertainment for 3 or 4 hours that we can separate our reality and just kind of live in fantasy world and imagine being a player. But no, now we got to worry about, hello, is he left leaning? Is he right leaning? Is he Trumpian or is he Clintian? Is he Obamaian? I want to watch football. I don't give a fuck what color. Black, brown, fuchsia, purple, pink. I don't care. I don't give a damn. Can you play football? Can you entertain me by playing football? You're using it as a platform to state your. You know what? That's fine. But guess what? Actions have consequences. And guess what? You finally got your consequences, buddy. Yeah, you are blackballed. You want to know why you're blackballed? Because you were stupid. You should have done it in a better way. I'm not saying that what you did was bad. And what you can do, you can do it all by your own. But to me, I want to watch football. I want to talk about football. I don't want to talk about Colin Suckanik and all this other crap he's got going on. I'm so sick of talking about this guy. I don't care what his agenda is. Can he play football? Probably. Has he played football? No. Do I want to watch him? Yeah. Either because I want to watch him because either he's going to play good football or he's going to fall flat on his face. Either way, I'm entertained. That's what this is. It's entertainment, man. Fuck. I'm so sick of political shit, dude. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, it
I
really
can't
has
stand.
just run rampant around everything. I mean, it's one thing when it's one thing when you see it on the news, but when it infiltrates into your entertainment, like what you use to get away from work and from politics and from all that, then it gets annoying. Like you look now, at all the award shows like the Oscars and all this stuff. They're not even award shows anymore. All they do is they make their little, political jokes and you know, their SJW, speeches and whatever. Now it's all about, empowering this and empowering that. I mean, it's not about the specific entertainment aspect anymore. It's about trying to out uh, SJW someone. So
So see, so allow me to answer Jay Dizzle here. It's not that you have to worry about anything. It's to inform you of our plight. What fucking plight, bro? What plight are you referring to?
and he says what
You have
better
more equal rights
what
now than you ever had as a black man in this country.
he says what
You are
better
revered
way.
in this country. Like, I don't understand how that is an issue. When there is no such thing as a better way, and that's the whole point. It's not a better way of doing it as far as how to talk about it. It's the fact that when you're hired by the man or the white man, whatever you want to call it, which is stupid in itself, then you're going to have problems. If you do something that they don't agree with, it's their product. I don't understand why people don't understand this.
Let me see, because let me respond to what Jay
It's
Dizzle just
just
said, because he said basically you're more concerned about being entertained instead of people like me dying in the streets by those who are tasked with protecting us. Now let me say this: when you see a story that hits the mainstream media about something like that, 9 times out of 10, I'm not saying every time, but 9 times out of 10, when the video or whatever comes out, a lot of times the person who ends up getting killed or whatever is either resisting arrest, talking back, trying to fight the cop, trying to think that, oh, they know their rights, whatever. You know, if you just follow the instructions of the officer, most of the time it's going to be okay. Yeah, you might. There are some shitty cops out there. I'll give you that. There's some assholes. But if they are truly being racist or anything like that, there's a dash cam, there's body cam. You can take them to court and you can get their money and they'll lose their job. Wouldn't you rather win that way than be killed and become some poster child for injustice when if you fought back or if you tried to fight the cop, it's essentially your fault because you can't fight a cop. You can't reach, like I believe the Michael Brown case was the one where he reached for the cop's gun and got killed. In what mind space do you think reaching for a cop's gun is going to result in that being okay? Now, I'll give you this. There are some where a perp is running, his back is to the cop, and the cop shoots him in the back. I don't think that's cool. That's wrong. That you're not in danger. You don't shoot then. There are certain cases where I'll say, that's messed up. He deserves to be in jail. He deserves to go away for murder. But there are also some, and yeah, I don't know. You've lived it, but I'm also Hispanic. I've dealt with a lot of that stuff too. I've been profiled before. I've had teachers, randomly pat me down just because my hands were in my pocket and they thought I was holding drugs or something.
So hold on. So Jay Dizzle, I don't know, bro. I don't know that you've lived it. You're right. I don't know your plight. I don't know what you've had to gone through personally or what you've experienced personally. Just like you don't know what I've had to go through personally either. Just because you think I'm a white man doesn't mean I don't have issues in my world. That's my question, because you keep saying us and y'all and we, and so I'm assuming you're talking about the black community. That's what I'm assuming you're saying, because I can easily generalize and profile you as well, just same way you're doing to me. Just because you are a certain race does not mean you can profile another race and think it's not racism. That's just ignorance. That's just stupid. That's just flat out dumb. I don't care how you slice it. You can get in your feelings all you want to. You could have through a bad experience. You could have had a problem with someone. Someone could have done something to you. So that was totally heinous. And man, I sympathize with you. I really do. And in a lot of ways, I can empathize with you because I've had a lot of heinous shit done to me as well as a white man in a white man world. So explain to me how your plight is worse than mine because your pigment is darker than mine. That's what I want to know. And when I get into that, I'll answer your question. Let me know that, and I'll let you know that. Because that's where that's at.
In my opinion, facts matter. The term.
I agree.
The term.
I 100% agree.
The term "facts don't care about your feelings." I fully live by that.
That's a Ben Shapiro shit.
And if you look at statistics, the majority of people killed by cops are Caucasian. That is a fact.
Wait.
You can look that up. You can look that up. That is a fact. The majority of blacks who are killed in this country are killed by other blacks. That is a fact. You can look that up. I believe in facts. I believe that the stupid term, the proof is in the pudding, I believe in that. Look at the numbers. The numbers will tell you everything you need to know. That's what I believe in. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say it's okay in some of these cases. I'm not ignorant enough to sit here and say
Who would be ignorant enough to say that's okay?
I'm not going to be ignorant enough to sit here and say that racism does not exist, because it does.
Oh,
It
damn right it
it's
does.
it's out there, and it's not okay. But a lot of the cause for it being as big a deal as it is, or as much of an issue as it is because of social media, of the news, people spinning things into looking at. The majority of the population is white. Come on, play the odds. Okay, if you want to play the population game, here's another fact for you that you probably won't like. The
No,
majority.
but see,
No, wait.
see,
Let me say this. Let me say this first, and then I'll let you. The majority of the population is white. That is correct. So explain to me why 15% of the population in this country is African American. Yet they make up for almost half the crime in this country. That's a fact. We have an issue with culture here. It is a culture issue. Explain to me why the single motherhood rate in the black community is skyrocketing. Explain me that. If fatherless homes result in crime, I mean, those two go hand in hand. This is all about culture, and we need to look at the culture of these certain demographics, and we need to hold those accountable. That's all I'm saying.
and I'm going to address something that Ferocious stupidly said. Facts and statistics can be manipulated. That's right. You are very true with that. But so can your emotions, which is what you judge by with racism is an emotion. Because of a plight. Something that was you were wronged by. You can manipulate emotions just as well as you can manipulate statistics. So what's the answer? Who's right and who's wrong? The point is no one's right and no one's wrong. The point is you're a product of your environment. I don't care what anyone says in this world. Proof is very much into that. I deal more with facts because to me it's easier to actually have a conversation about someone with facts.
Yeah.
If you just sit there and go off emotion, you get nothing portrayed. You usually either come up with blows or you come up with other sides of the argument saying, oh, this, that, or the third. Look, it don't matter what you say, man. Right? It's all going to come out as either emotional or facts. Objective, subjective. And this is one of the biggest arguments in America right now. It has nothing to do with racism or anything like that. One of the biggest arguments in America, believe it or not, is what is objective and what is subjective. That's it. That's one of the biggest issues in America right now. Why do you think we got all these different profile? Like you got LGBT, you've got these religious folks, these super uber religious folks that are just out there spilling all kinds of crap. I mean, you got Black Panthers, you got KKK members, you got MS-13. Like you've got all these ideologies and these cultures and these cliques into one spot, right? That think their own way is the right way of being. Now, objectively, you don't know what way is the right way. No one really does. Only thing we can go with is what we've learned throughout our history. Subjectively, emotionally, the only way we're going to be able to actually get along is to actually come to a common ground. To the point, we're in the point where in a country we can't even talk to one another without there being, one, a hidden agenda, two, not even trying, but demanding that you think the way I think and you change your point of view. Yeah. And that's not how this works. That's not how open dialogue works. That's not how communication works. You can't do that. I can say something subjective, emotional. God, you guys know me. I can say something emotionally charged, no problem. But there are a lot of times when I'll say something objective and people lose their shit over something that was an objective opinion. And you can't have an objective opinion. I don't care what anyone says. It's not an oxymoron. You can have just because. All right, for example, Caleb McGarry is a 6'7", 330-pound right tackle from, I think Washington State or whatever, right? I can sit here and objectively say he's got great technique. Your objective opinion is, yes, he's got good technique, but I really like, it's an emotional thing, but I really like his length, his physicality. That is a fact. I can't change the fact at all in any way, shape, or form. It is a fact of what his physicality is, as far as what his measurements are. I can't change that. But to me, my objective opinion, differs from your objective opinion. But we still think the guy's still good in the end. We can't even do that nowadays. We can't do that. It don't matter what happens. It doesn't matter. Every single person in this world has some form of racism in them. I don't care what they freaking say, and that's the bottom line, man. It don't matter. It don't matter how it goes. Because either at one point they were wronged, or a family member was wrong, or they saw something that was wrong. So instantly they change the perception of what that entire culture and race is. And that's stupid. That is ignorant. Just because I think there's racist black people don't mean I hate all black people. I don't. Just because there's stupid racist white people don't mean I hate all white people. I just hate the stupid racist idiots, man. Like, I'm talking uber racist. I'm talking about, like, coming out and straight up wanting to kill you because of your race. That's the shit I'm talking about. You know, I'm good friends with Jon. I love Jon, and I have a whole bunch of Hispanic girls I work with at work. But not all Hispanic people are like them. And when they come at me like that, and I come at them in the manner of which they think I am, they get mad at me. It's reverse racism at its finest. It's retarded. And this is where we live. This is what's going on in the world. You got all this shit. You got all this shit that's going on right now. It is real simple, man. Look, there are black people in this world. There are white people in this world. There are brown people in this world. There are red people in this world. Yellow people in this world. You take whatever race, whatever culture you want, dude. It don't matter. In each one of those groups, there is a subsectional group that is just makes you look like a fucking idiot. But coin flip on that. There are groups in those. There are subgroups in these groups that have people that make you proud to be either Hispanic, white, black. It don't matter. That's all there is to it. The problem is that we've blurred lines. We've blurred lines on which one is what group are they in? Are they the? I'm speaking totally just loose lipped. Is this the trashy white person, or is this the I guess if you want to, is it the woke white person, or is it the white person that just live and let live? Don't cross me, I won't cross you. I understand you like chicken and I like salad. I don't, whatever, dude. Just, I'm sorry. Just like a stereotype is a stereotype.
Hey,
all I'm saying is
I
stay
like
in your
chicken
lane.
too.
Me too. Hell, I love chicken, man. Look at me. I'm a fat dude. I love all kinds of food. You know what I'm saying? So, like, then that's my point. Stay in your lane. I'll stay in my lane. And we can converse. We can have a conversation. But the moment you step into my lane or I step into your lane, there's going to be a problem. And that lane is the problem. People want to merge the shit. Sometimes that's not always possible. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you have to knock someone out to get their attention. Other people you can talk to in a reasonable manner. Just how it depends on how you look at it, man.
Jay Dizzle, I'm actually very interested in something you said earlier, where you said if you could call in, this would be interesting. I'm actually interested in having you on now. I would love to go into more detail about this in next week's chill session if you're open to it. So I suggest, if you have a Twitter, go find me on Twitter at Jon Fuentes MMA. Send me a DM. Let me know you're Jay Dizzle. I'll get your information, and let's see about getting you on the show and maybe talking about this and having some different perspectives and just having a conversation. I hope you don't think that I'm speaking with any ill will or anything. I'm just trying to have a conversation, and
I'm not either. Just trust me.
I'd be very interested in just having a conversation with you on here. And if you want to have like someone else in the chat from your point of view on as well, since it's not going to be like a 2-on-1 kind of thing, let us know about that too. I think it'd be very interesting to talk about it from two different perspectives. So if you're interested in that, hit me up on Twitter. I think that'd be an interesting chill session episode.
Jay, I agree with that. Take it case by case basis.
Yep.
I totally
Yep.
agree. That's exactly how I do it.
Yep.
I take it case by case basis, man. I start with a weary eye, then I have a conversation, and then based on whatever that conversation is and whatever actions portray, I move forward with either more conversation or, again, that's how communication used to be, and now some man, just this country, this world, man, is just it drives me nuts sometimes, man. Like I don't understand how we can't have simple conversations anymore.
No Twitter, huh?
No, I don't blame him. I don't do Twitter either, man. Twitter too boo boo.
Do you? Let me. I mean, do you have any other social media? Anything? If not, we can work it out. Email or anything like that? No, not anything at all. I assume you have email. You're not a complete caveman. Come on, man. Work with me here. You can't be a complete caveman.
J Dizzle says we'll change him to JK man or Dizzle Caveman. I need backup.
He must be on a delay. I think he's hearing this a little
I think
late.
he is
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
man.
yeah. That's fine.
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's all
fine.
good, man.
So if you have email or
Yeah,
anything like
USPS.
that, I'll leave my email in the description of the video, and you can hit me up.
God. Yeah. Anyways, back to AAF. That's where that went.
Ferocious says he uses USPS.
That's messed up, bro. I'm using the McDonald's Wi-Fi, so I guess it all works out well. No, but I gotta tell you, man, I'm pretty disappointed in the Texans right now. I tell you something that I wanted to talk to you about that we didn't talk about. Tim Kelly, man.
Yeah.
Tell me your thoughts on that. I'm curious.
Not a fan. Because it's not anything. It's Instagram. Okay, same handle. John Fuentes MMA, I believe. Send me a DM. Okay, so you're not a complete caveman. That's good to know. I'll shoot you an email. But yeah, I'm not a fan. Like I said earlier, I think we touched on it just a little bit, but just based on Bill's comments about the whole situation, it doesn't sound like it's going to be a legitimate offensive coordinator position. It's going to be, okay, Tim's going to call a play, and I'll either approve or deny it. If I deny it, I'll overrule it with a play of my own. That's what it sounds. That's what I heard when I heard his comments on it. For me, it's basically just buying himself another year of his job, because if he has a shitty season, he'll blame it on Tim and Tim's play calling, and then he'll just buy himself another season.
It's exactly what I said on Saw Sports. That's exactly what I said, because and I even called in when they were talking about it because I wasn't on the feed. I said, man, you know what? Do you guys know what this guy's positions, like how he got into the Texans organization? He was the offensive quality control person. What is that? Like what? You see that? Like, I don't understand that. How are you that? Like, what do you mean? And then he was the assistant offensive line coach while being the offensive quality control person. Then this last year is a tight end, assistant offensive line coach, and quality control person, and now he is offensive coordinator. Like, I don't understand the tree on that, bro. Like, I don't understand that. That kills me, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep saying it until the chickens come home to roost. I mean, we're not winning anything with this guy's coaching.
Nope.
Not gonna.
No matter what happens. Yep. No matter who we pick up, no matter what we do. Oh, by the way, bro. Question from Eric. Good question. What did you think about the Kareem Hunt signing? I have mass mixed emotions on this one, for me personally. But how do you feel about it?
So I'll say this, unpopular opinion coming up. If and correct me if I'm wrong, but the story I read when this first came out was that this young lady called Kareem Hunt the N-word.
Right.
That's not okay. Understandably, he was upset. He pushed her. She hit her head, and that was what made her go unconscious and limp. he attempted to kick her, but he really kind of just shoved her with his foot. So this whole he kicked her. He didn't really kick her. If we're gonna make a big deal out of anything in this situation, it should be that he pushed her into a wall. She hit her head on the wall, and she went unconscious. That was the real abuse that happened here. I mean, the shoving with his foot was really nothing. He didn't really kick her. If you go back and look at the video, I mean, I'm just calling it like I see it. So I believe what he did was wrong. You shouldn't, hit a girl or push a girl just because she called you that. I can understand why you'd be upset, though. It's not okay. It is not okay. I do believe he deserves a second chance. He's a young guy. A lot of us are hotheads. I am a hothead myself. I've gotten myself into some pretty bad situations because of my temper. But a lot of that is just because I'm young and stupid. And I believe me and Kareem Hunt are only separated by like a couple years. So I can understand that. I think he deserves a second chance. I have no issues at all with the Browns signing him, except the fact that they already kind of have a running back in Chubb. So from a standpoint of giving someone a second chance, I think it's fine. But from the standpoint of a football operation, I don't understand bringing him in when you already have a guy there. You're trying to fix something that isn't broken. Unless you want to use him as trade bait next season. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I think there's other teams out there that maybe should have gone out and got him, that could have used them. I don't really see...
Like the Texans?
Exactly. I don't really see how the Browns... I mean, I'm sure he's going to help the Browns, but Chubb was doing just fine. So I don't see it. But trade bait, I can see that. I can see why they would have done that. Pharaoh said the Browns signed him as a kicker.
That's pretty wrong, man.
Oh,
Funny, but pretty wrong, no doubt, without a doubt. All right, man. Here's my opinion, bro. The conflict that I have is I don't think you should hit a woman ever. I don't care what she does to you. Short of her pulling out some kind of weapon to kill you or maim you, then she stepped into the light of being a man. To me, that is the only time. And I guess that's just bringing up how I was brought up old school. Just, you don't hit women. You just don't do it. I also know that women nowadays know that, or they take advantage of that mantra, and they take advantage of that raising, and they think they're untouchable, and they push it to the nth degree. And that I also understand that, what she did, though it was wrong, it was a word. It was a word. In the end of it all, it is a word. It was a derogatory word. No difference than if a black girl came up to me and called me white trash or a honky. That's in white world. That's almost the equivalent in our minds of being called the N word. I'm assuming as if you're a black person. But and that's total assumption, just for the record. I don't really know that for a fact, but to me, it's a word, man. It's a word. It would be like if I was in the situation and she called me fat honky or something like that, and I did that to her. Could I get away with saying but she called me fat honky? It doesn't match. It doesn't work. So. I don't think he did anything other than just get her away from him. He pushed her. She knocked her head. She went unconscious. He probably should have kept his foot down, but I agree with you, man. He didn't boot her. That was a nudge, if at best.
Yep.
And that's what everyone was seemed to focus on was the kick. And I'm like, dude, the push was worse than the kick.
At its finest.
Right. If the push was worse than the kick, dude, I don't understand. Look, this goes back to the Colin Kaepernick thing, man. If you make a mistake, there are consequences. It's that simple. Does he deserve a second chance? Yeah, I relatively think that people could deserve a second chance. I have no problem with that. And he's not getting paid nearly as much as if he would have, not done anything and tested free agency. Obviously, right? They they got a steal on a person that has, uh, I don't even know if you could call it off the field issues. I mean, I hear multiple people talking about how he's had multiple incidences up to that point before then, but I mean, like, does it really? I don't know if I can call him an off the field issue. The guy went on TV and at least owned up to it and tried to state his case. I give him credit for being a man and just coming out and saying, "Yeah, I did it. I wish I never would have done it. I understand there are consequences. This is what she called me. I felt threatened." Like, I appreciate him at least coming out as a man and just saying, "Yo, yeah, I did it, but it is what it is." My problem with him coming out, but he came out after the video was shown. That's what makes it look really, really, really pissy. Nonetheless, he still came out, but he waited till after the video was thrown up on every screen known to man. So take that as a double-edged sword. I don't know. As far as the talent on the football field, it's stupid to even talk about. The guy's got talent. The guy is a talented back. I wish Houston would have talked to him at least a little bit, because trust me, I honestly, I don't think Foreman will ever be the same, and I think we need to get rid of him and just move on from him. I hate saying that. Um, Achilles injury for a running back, or receiver, or linebacker is damn near impossible to come back from looking full force. It's just that simple. I would not be, I wouldn't have been opposed to bringing him here, the way, and especially the way O'Brien kind of uses, check down, scat back kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So, um, I mean, him and Miller being in the same backfield, or being, sharing the load, so to speak, I thought would be a very smart idea. I honestly think that we could move on from Miller a lot easier if we had him. Here's the thing. Let's say if Hunt does show out for Cleveland, he's going to get paid, but if not by Cleveland, by somebody else. But I will know this, that if Cleveland comes calling and giving him a long-term contract, they're going to get him on a sizably discounted rate based on they put trust in him after this whole fiasco went down. So again, I have mixed emotions about it. On one hand, I don't think it's right to hit women unless they pull out some kind of weapon to physically threaten you. But on the other hand, these women nowadays, man, they're trifling, man. They'll say anything and do anything, and they think they can get away with anything. And just because you're a man, that you're not allowed to retaliate. I mean, I see both sides of the coin, so it's very conflicted. I personally would not have been opposed to him being on the team, because I'm not wanting him here for his off the field stuff. I'm wanting him here for his on the field stuff. And if it was that big of an issue, they could have put some kind of clause in his contract. If you get into any trouble, you're gone. I mean, they can make contracts that have clauses, ladies and germs. It's been done many times. So I don't understand why a clause like that couldn't have been addressed. You fulfill two reasons. You fulfill two things. One, you have a backup plan for Foreman if he does leave. You have a backup plan for whether Foreman or Lamar get injured. You also have a dynamic playmaker that can make plays based on wherever you want him, whether it be in the slot or as a scat or those little end arounds that they like to do. I mean, there's a number of things that this guy could have brought to the table at a reasonably discounted price. You don't have to worry about addressing running back in the draft. You can focus on the other positions of need. It would have been a smart move. It would have been a smart move, in my opinion. Yeah, just to kind of give him at least a look. But
I would have loved to have seen him, here for just a little bit, just to see what he can do. Running back is definitely something, is probably not on my top priority list as far as being ahead of O-line and corner, but I would definitely say it's probably at number 3 that needs to be addressed for the team. If Will Fuller your favorite, if Will Fuller stays healthy and balls out next season, how much is he worth? I would need 2 seasons fully healthy from him before I'm prepared to give him what he's worth.
Look at you coming to the dark side. I'm so proud of you. 2
Well,
seasons.
I love him.
Bless your heart.
Don't get me wrong. When he's on the field, the man is a game changer. He really
No,
is.
there's no denying that. I even said that for as much of disdain as I have with that guy. I even said that I didn't know how much part of this offense he really was. John Harris did something about a week ago, showing a teleprompter of how someone was playing single high coverage on him, and they spied on Fuller, and he went across like on a streak, and Hawkins came around and was wide open because Fuller took that safety with them.
Yep.
Like, those are those things that we don't see. His hands have gotten better. Just the man can't stay healthy, bro. The man can't stay healthy, man. He don't help me. He's wasting a roster spot. So I hope he can do good, man. I really do.
I'm rooting for him hard.
Yeah. So
hard.
there's Darren. I was hoping like hell you would ask me this question. What are your thoughts on Marcel Darius, and what round do you think Hawkinson will go in? If Hawkinson don't go in the first round, not one team in the NFL knows what the fuck they're doing. Oh, and by the way, do not be surprised that if in the Pats don't have a first round pick, do they?
I'm not sure.
If the Pats have a first round pick, I guarantee you T.J. Hawkinson will be that pick. I guarantee it. I guarantee it, because he is your prototypical tight end that Belichick would just ooze over, man. Like, I'm telling you right now,
especially if Gronk retires.
Especially if Gronk either retires or moves, or they move on from him. Either way, but dude, that guy, Hawkinson. There's I think it's a Dallas fan was doing a tape, like a live tape on Hawkinson, and I watched it, and there was a play where Hawkinson put a 300+ pound defensive end and blocked his ass to the ground. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh my god, this guy!" And I don't think he's as skilled as far as a pass catcher and maybe run after the catch kind of guy as Fant. But and here's the weird part: both of them are from Iowa, right up Houston's alleyway with the Iowa freaking tight ends. God Almighty! If there's a tight end from Iowa or from Wisconsin coming out, be sure to know that Houston's looking at those bastards. I can tell you that right now, because they always do. Think about it. Go down the list, man. Go down the list of the tight ends we've ever had on this team, and most of them are either going to be from Wisconsin or Iowa. So just throwing that out there. But the irony of it is both Fant and Hawkinson are from Iowa. Like, how do you have two of the best tight ends in the country and not do better than what you did, man? Like, yeah. I don't understand that.
We got 12 watching and 1 like. Come on, guys. Let's get the likes up.
Berkeley boss, Voch. Yeah, that's the guy's name, Voch. V-O-C-H. That's the guy. And it's kind of funny, even though he's a Dallas fan. I won't knock him too much, but he's funny as hell. Dude, he cracks me up. He also does a lot of O-line videos too that you guys can go look at. He actually explains a lot of he does a lot of the similar things that I look for and stuff like that. But yeah, man, he's talking. He's sitting there and he blocks that guy. He blocks the guy in the ground. He goes, "Finish your food!" Just finish your food. It was just the funniest shit. I laughed for like 20 minutes just thinking. I had to rewind it and watch it a few times, man. It was just awesome. It was a pretty good video, but yeah, man. Hawkinson is a badass, and Fant is not far behind. The only thing with Fant that Fant can't do is block. Well, he can't block as good as Hawkinson. Hawkinson is the best all around tight. Okay, Hawkinson is my Hunter Henry this year. I'll tell you. I'll straight up say it. My Hunter Henry this year is T.J. Hawkinson.
Okay. Voch has good content.
Hey, he's a Cowboys fan, man. That's only knock on him. I ain't gonna hate on him. No, but he does a lot of content that I look at. Like he has some of the Senior Bowl practices on his channel. I was scrolling through it last night, and I went, "Oh shit, he's got some Senior Bowl practice of offensive line tape on there." So you guys can go back and look at that shit. When I was talking about how Reisner and Dieter and Benchwall looked shitty, but yeah, man. But he agrees. Oh, by the way, he agrees. He agrees that Chris Lindstrom is the truth. Just so y'all know. And he also agrees that Greg Little is not that great, but Juwan Taylor is probably the best, one of the best, if not the best lineman in this draft. And so, I mean, I agree with the guy. And he actually has some tape on Juwan Taylor, by the way. And I got to tell you, for as big as he is, I know everyone says he can move to guard, but watching his Florida film, actually, I watched one of Voch's his content on Taylor specifically because I was looking for more content on him, and I watched the same thing. I agree with everything he said on there, man. It was a good video, and it shows that man can play right tackle. As big as he fucking is, that guy can play right tackle, and I tell you what, if Houston somehow would manage to get that guy, he would be Houston's right tackle for the next 8 years, and you won't have to ever worry about right tackle. I don't think he can play left. I'm not saying he can't. I just know what I saw on the right tackle film. He was solid against a good LSU front.
All right, we're winding down here now. So if you guys have anything in the chat you want to ask before we finally head out, let us know. Did we cut DJ Reader?
No, we didn't cut Reader. We would have known about it.
Yeah, no, that didn't happen.
I would have got a prompt. Wait, Josh, Darren, Josh who? Who you talking about? Oh man, I don't listen to El Sticky stream, bro. El Sticky don't know what he's talking about. oh, Sticky.
Ferocious wants to know if you have any late round prospects.
For what? As far as what, like fifth, sixth, seventh round kind of prospects?
I'm guessing. I mean, that's late round, so.
Oh, I could tell you, I have like 3 or 4 offensive linemen I wouldn't mind taking in the 6th, 7th round, and using them. Oh, Josh McDaniels. Oh shit, Josh McDaniels said that, Darren. Oh, that sucks. So Josh McDaniels basically said that T.J. Hawkinson reminds him of Gronkowski.
Well, that's a wrap. They got him.
I'm telling y'all, dude, it would not shock. Look, if New England don't have a first rounder, they may not get him.
No, they do. They have a first rounder.
Oh shit! He'll be the last pick in the first round then.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee it. Short of someone absolutely 100% needing a tight end.
But if the offer's good, New England's proven time and time again they'll trade out of the first.
I'm telling you, man. Look, look. I'll give you a list of names. So I have 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 guys. There's only 3 offensive linemen I want to see Houston draft in the first round. And if all 3 of them are gone, they need to go corner. And all 3 of them are real simple. It's Juwan Taylor, Chris Lindstrom, or Andre Dillard. If none of them are there, get you a corner because you can get someone else in the next round.
I like D-Love. I like D-Love's question because I'm going to sound like such a freaking homer. But he says a little bit off topic, but who do y'all think is the best receiver in the league? I honestly believe it's DeAndre Hopkins.
There's not a question in my mind.
I mean, have you seen a guy make any more ridiculous catches on a more consistent basis other than DeAndre Hopkins? Who else is doing what he does?
I haven't seen anyone truly shut down Hopkins one-on-one ever, if you think about it. I'm talking ever. One-on-one shutdown. I don't think I've ever seen anyone shut him down, even Ramsey.
He's productive. He has strong hands. He is strong. He boxes guys out. I mean, he does it all, man.
Exactly. exactly, Kenneth. Forget the catches. He's the most consistent.
Yeah.
In fact, what this man did with like 20 different quarterbacks is all you need to ever know about who's the best receiver in the league. I guarantee Julio Jones' ass ain't doing that shit. I guarantee Antonio Brown's ass ain't doing that shit. You can name any other receiver in this league. I guarantee they don't do the same shit that DeAndre Hopkins. D-Hop is the truth. There's no question about it.
Well, Julio Jones had a touchdown drought that lasted, I think, over like 10 games or something like that. I mean...
Yeah, well.
The best receiver is Nick Foles.
Best receiver is Randy Bullock.
By the way, what did you think about the Super Bowl?
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it? Why not?
Nope.
Sour grapes?
My team's not in it. Why am I going to watch it? Fucking A, sour grapes. I didn't want to see. I knew they would win another championship, bro. I didn't have to watch it. It's like throwing ghost pepper chilies into a open wound, man. I might as well just die. It's just not going to happen.
As much as I hate them, I was actually going for them because the Rams did not deserve to be in that game.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The Saints got so screwed, it's not even funny.
You know, we never really talked about that.
Yeah, we didn't. The Rams were literally handed the Super Bowl.
Boo freaking who, man.
I'm not even a Saints fan, and that pisses me off.
Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. I don't want to hear it. So, I don't want to hear it. Tell me what it feels like to be watching a game when you're up 35-3 at halftime and lose to a backup quarterback who happens to be the head coach of your arch rival in your division. Then talk to me. I don't want to hear about, he was so robbed. Renfro in the back of the end zone with the Oilers in 1994 against Pittsburgh when they would have won the Super Bowl that year, got screwed on a wide don't start with me about the screw drop the New Orleans got, man. I don't care. Yeah, they got screwed. You know what? Part of the game, move on. What do you want from me?
See, I don't
You're done. You're done. I don't care. I'm whatever.
I don't like that argument from Eric because the game should have been over. They shouldn't have never had to go into overtime. If that flag was thrown, the most time that the Rams would have had on offense if they gotten the ball back was 1 second. 1 second is all they would have had left if they gotten the ball back.
Not only that, but let's be real. Let's say the flag was thrown. What would LA fans be saying? It'd be the same shit. Oh, I threw a flag. It was bullshit, man. It would be the same conversation opposite end of the country. Give me a break, bro. Like, it doesn't make sense. It don't matter. People get screwed, man. That's just how this works. You know, it's unfortunate it had to be them. I was pulling for them, too. But, fuck, dude, what do you want? What do you want? Like, it's done. So, hey, a couple back end. I would say Dennis Daly from South Carolina is a prospect I would look at 5th, 6th round. Caleb McGarry, I would look at, unless he goes up with his draft off, I will go with him 3rd or 4th round. Let's see here. Elgington Jenkins from Mississippi State. If he was a 3rd or 4th rounder, I wouldn't mind taking a stab at him, even though Rankins has really thrown me off of the Mississippi State offensive lineman right now. Max Sharpering, 4th, 5th round, I would take a stab at him. Things like that. So,
Darren thinks the game was rigged.
Ali Cortez, wait a minute, I'm a Saints fan. I'm sorry, Saints fans. Welcome to reality. People get screwed on a daily basis.
That's actually my cousin. I didn't even know she was in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I believe that, Darren. Yeah, so everyone automatically assumes that the NFL's rigged now.
It's kind of hard to argue. I mean, before, you know what, maybe I could say that's kind of BS, but I don't know, man. That's kind of hard to dispute that nowadays.
All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap there. I don't know when we're going to come back. Maybe I'll discuss it with Ray, but we'll definitely do one next week. My goal is to do a chill session and a regular sports show every week, but
Astros reported to camp.
Yep.
Woo-hoo!
Baseball season's almost here.
We already popping gloves, baby.
Oh yeah.
already popping gloves.
I still don't think he's gonna get called up anytime soon, though.
He won't. He won't get called up till June, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, him, and
as much as I love to see it, we're gonna have to wait a bit.
Yeah, I'm just not too happy with our catcher positioning right now.
Yeah.
Did you hear who they were trying to who they wanted for Real Muto, bro?
Who?
Did you hear the news on that?
No. Well, who do they want?
You were wanting Tucker, Whitley, and another player in cash for Real Muto.
I wouldn't give up Whitley.
Dude, there's no way. Like I said, I would be okay with parting with Tucker, but Whitley, can't do that, man.
Yeah, I'm not giving up Whitley.
Well, it's a done deal. We ain't got to worry about it no more. But I do tell you this, man. We need a catcher quick, fast, in a hurry because the catchers we got ain't going to cut it.
Yeah.
So,
but
I don't know what they can do, but
we'll talk more about that in our next episode. Like, comment, rate, subscribe. Ray, was there anything you wanted to plug before we head out?
Just chill until the next episode. No. As you can tell, that poster behind me is HempWorks. Please go and check it out. We're having a special right now. I'm not going to go into all the specials because there are quite a few actually now. We actually even have sample trials now for like, I think they're like $5 or $10, something like that. You can do a sample spray if you want to. If you have any questions, try to go to the website. It's www.hempworks.com, or you can go to www.hemplot.com and ask for my wife April. She'll be able to answer any questions. But other than that, it's good to be back, you guys. It's good to be back with Jon, man. Missed you, bro. You've been on hiatus, man, moving and stuff like that.
Yes.
That's why Jon's background's all different, because he had to get it all spruced up for the video, ladies and germs.
Yeah, it's been a work in progress, but we're getting there. But all right, we will see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.